Hey everyone, it's me, Dylan Earth, and I'm back again with another lunar transit report through the lens of human design, gene keys, and astrology. So today we're looking at the full moon in the sign of Leo on January 28th, 2021 at 11:18 a.m. Pacific time. So this full moon lands in gate 33. This is a gate of leadership in the throat center. And it's a throat gate that points down at the G center. The G center is a center of love, direction, and identity. And the particular gate that this gate 33 connects to is gate 13. This is one of the gates of direction, one of the gates of the Sphinx, which carries the direction of humanity. Where are we going? What are we evolving into? What is our path? And what new genes and codes and evolutionary signatures are we unlocking and are blossoming at this time? That's what gate 13 and any gate of the Sphinx really has to do with. Gate 13 specifically has to do with where we've been. It's kind of like the rear view mirror. If humanity is in a vessel or a vehicle of sorts going on its way towards its destiny, gate 13 is that rear view mirror where we can look back at what has happened. And in doing so, we can lead ourselves into the future. Gate 13 is the gate of a listener. So it's somebody or something that takes in, is receptive to the stories of the past and the adventures of the past. And through accumulating these impressions of what we've been through as a species, what our experiences have been, we can see that there are certain archetypes, there are certain constants, there are certain laws that rise to the surface as universal truths of human experience. So, Gate 13 is all about how we can come together around universal truths and archetypes, mythology, and the like, and share meaning and direction through this exchange. So while gate 13 is the receptive end of this channel, which is called the channel of the prodigal, gate 33, where this full moon is where we express the leadership that comes through this 13th gate of the listener. So this is where we look back at our own experiences, what we've been through, the adventures we've been on, the growth and transformation that we've experienced over time. And we can transform all of that experience into leadership for the future, because that experience gives us the power to know what to do. You know, people who are inexperienced don't know what to do when new things arise. People who are experienced have an idea of how to pivot, how to course correct, how to unlock a locked door, or, you know, see a pattern that someone else wouldn't see a solution where someone else would see a problem. And so in this gate 33, in our full moon, we are seeing the solution to, I would say, this new adventure that we're all embarking on with the Aquarian stellium that we're having. And also, it's a time of kind of receiving the blessing of all that we've been through. And this is really tying into all the events of 2020, which were massive and will still be continuing to unpack over probably the next 100 years, honestly, if not longer. And so with this full moon, we really look back and we see, wow, that was tough, but here's how we've grown. Here are the gifts that have emerged. Here are the things that, while at the time were huge inconveniences, were detrimental seeming, which felt like blocks, hindrances, or just challenges, how those have shaped us into leaders of the new earth. So we are looking back, but we're looking back with gratitude, and we're transforming the experience of the past into an empowerment for the future. And in a way, we know better now. We know better. We know what not to do. We know how to navigate away from things that are never going to work again for ourselves individually and as a collective. And we know how to navigate towards things that are going to bring us together. Because gate 13 is called the fellowship of man. This is the energy that's empowering this voice of leadership. We're now going to really see and express and manifest, because this is a throat gate in gate 33, which means it's here to express and manifest. We're going to see how to manifest our new direction. So this is a time where you're going to be seeing where you're going in the next 2 weeks. This will be a huge impact. And then over the next 6 months as well, this will be in play. And as we do in human design, we're also going to take a look at the holistic chart, because it's not just about this one gate. It's about everything that's in this chart of the full moon and how that influences and focalizes into this 33rd gate energy. So we've got the channel of silence, which is really the channel of inner truth, which is really the channel of sporadically, at random times, just being hit with an aha moment, a vision of your future. Or more commonly, it's something that it's almost like you hear it with your inner ear, because gate 24 is the gate of the inner ear. Gate 13 is the gate of the listener. So there's a pattern emerging here. We are listening for our new direction. Gate 61 is giving us the downloads from Pluto, which is conjunct Venus in this chart. And when these two planets come together, Pluto being about truth and Venus being about what comes naturally or what comes easily to us, at least that's how we talk about it in human design. It's also can be our values. We are getting a software update on our values, and the truths that are emerging are coming to us easily. This isn't a mystery. This full moon is in Leo. Leo is not a super complex sign. Leos might like to believe that they are, but really, you're the sun. The sun does pretty much one thing: it shines. And we love you for that. You're consistent. You take up a lot of space. You shine on things. That's what you're here for. So 6124 is helping us really. I wonder if you can hear these sirens that are going on in the background. I have a new mic. It's supposed to pick up less background noise. So this is a great test from the universe. Okay, it's gone. So the truth is finding its way into our inner ear easily if we're listening. And by this time, I think that we've been through enough that we're willing to listen. We want to listen. We want to put down anything that might stand in the way of us not receiving that truth. And if you're still fighting the truth, well, let me know how that goes. Also in this chart, we have 4130, the channel of recognition. This is about fantasizing about a new reality or a new experience, and then seeing how that pans out. So with 41 in the root, we are kind of, the root is all about pressure. It's about initiating new experiences. With the 41, which factored into the chart of the new year heavily, because this is the This is the codon that is the start codon in our DNA that initiates a new cycle, and it's a new evolutionary cycle. It's a mutation. We're going in another new direction. We're going for another new experience. And the 30, which is where Mercury is in this chart, is the gate of the fates. So, what are the fates? The fates are the forces of life itself. The fates show up when our plans don't go the way we wanted them to. The fates are the final, decision makers that say, that fantasy that you wanted to go, fly to Vegas and get married all of a sudden, that flight got canceled. You're not going. So the fates are the final check and balance to the human experiential way. And they're the fates. We don't have any control over them. So we can fantasize about an experience all we want. We can dream about being with that person and getting, or what is it called, eloping all we want. But if the universe isn't in alignment with that reality, it's not going to happen. And we're just going to get swatted back to our proper position. And this is Saturn here in the gate 41. Saturn and Mercury. We're having limitations put on where we see ourselves going. So any new desires launched at this time probably aren't going to go that far. And I don't say that to be a downer, but I say this because every lunar event, every day, every transit, it has a signature to it. And you can either work with that or you can work against it and face the consequences. So this is not a new moon. I'm sorry, not a full moon to start something new. Full moons really aren't about new things anyway. They're about culminations. So this is probably about letting a dream go. This is about saying, you know what? There are real limitations in play right now. And that dream that I was holding on to, that I thought was going to be my next evolutionary cycle, love cycle, business cycle, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And to be able to accept that limitation is actually the first step in transcending that limitation. So you can't be with that person that you thought you were going to be with, but that's okay because there's still a whole year ahead of us. There's still a whole lifetime ahead of us. There are many new dreams that are still going to be born. Days after this moon, a new dream could be born. It's just about not clinging to the ones that we clearly see are not in alignment at this time. Pluto and Venus are probably going to let you down easy. If it was just Pluto, it might be rough. But Venus is there saying, come on, go easy on them. Just show them softly how it's not going to work out. And then give them some kind of, toy or gift so that they feel better about it, a consolation prize. I think this might be the title of this moon, Consolation Prize. And what is the prize of this full moon? It's your experience, and it's the wisdom that you've gained through what you've gone through. It's also about realizing that what you thought that you needed to be happy, you don't need it. What you had your heart set on, you don't really need it. Life is so much bigger than one or two things that we think are going to be everything to us. This life is about becoming you. It's not about having, doing, possessing, being in union with. It's about being you in every moment. So as soon as you drop what you think you need at this time, something better can reveal itself to you. Jupiter is in gate 19, the gate of sensitivity. The sun is in gate 19, in the gate of sensitivity. So we can be sensitive. We are empowered and expanded through our sensitivity to feel, because this is another root gate. Gate 19 is poking at the solar plexus, the emotional center, saying, what do we really need? What does the tribe need? This is a tribal emotional energy. So what do we all need? Maybe we all don't need a trip to Vegas right now. Maybe we all need more self-love. Maybe we need better programs for healing our bodies. Maybe we need to see more sensitively, like really feel it, what's not right in our reality, so that we can go about solving those problems. With so many planets in Aquarius this February, it's all about radical new solutions for things that have been going on way too long that aren't serving the collective. Aquarius is a sign of the collective, it's a sign of us all. So, what's in the way of us coming together? There are expansive opportunities in asking that question right now. And Mars is going to help us be the listener to receive those heaven sent solutions for our old problems. The things that we keep banging our head up against, the things that, oh, not again. It doesn't have to be that way. There are solutions and they're coming through, and Jupiter is ensuring that. Jupiter is infusing the very prana of our atmosphere, of the neutrino stream, with revolutionary changes. And if you can put down what you were clinging to and open up to what's right here, right now, you might be the recipient of a revolutionary solution. And those people that have the solutions are going to change the world. Don't you want to change the world? Don't you want to be that person that can look back at all of their so-called failures and actually, from those experiences, bring forth a golden nugget of wisdom that can help us all? That's what this time is about. We're in Aquarius season. We're moving into a 6 planet stellium in Aquarius. And this is the moment of growing up. This is the moment of becoming wise, allowing ourselves to become wise, to maybe say goodbye to a dream or two, to an identity, to a, Garden of Eden, that it wasn't really the Garden of Eden. Realizing that, oh gosh, like in this paradigm, I don't even have any clothes. I thought that I was going to be with Adam or I was going to be with Eve and we were going to be happily ever after. And then I realized we're naked. We have nothing. We're ignorant. And ignorance is the root of all suffering. So this is your opportunity to grow up, to mature and say, okay, I will surrender my smaller wants and needs, my binky. I will surrender my binky, and I will accept this greater initiation into really joining with the greater collective evolution of humanity. And the nodes are really favoring us letting go of sitting on top of our pile of what we think makes us big and bad and hotshot people, and going towards how we can join together co-creatively with like-minded or like-hearted people to give birth to new kingdoms, to give birth to new communities that are going to be the first, shoots of the grassroots movements. They're going to change our world. We've already been through the Capricorn transits. We've all realized the status quo, the hierarchies, the patriarchies, the economic systems are not working. They haven't been working for a long time. Some pieces of the hierarchy are working, but most are unhealthy, and those need to change. This is a moment in which we grow up and accept that we're ready to face the challenges. And in facing them and in accepting that we're not babies anymore, we're not kids anymore, we're not sticking our head in the sand anymore, we actually have everything we need to completely transform our reality. So, how are we going to do that? Well, that's up to you. It's not in this chart, it's not in the sky, it's not in your tarot reading. It's in facing the facts, accepting the limitations, and approaching life on life's terms. And when we do that, the fates turn in our favor. Instead of smacking us down again, saying, put down that binky. You're fully grown. You're a fully evolved human being now. So that's what I see in this chart. Check out your chart and see how these defined centers are affecting your centers. Are you becoming emotional at this time? Are you getting a defined crown and ajna? You probably are, because 70% of people don't have these. Are you getting some willpower with this transit? Are you finding your voice? Are you finding your energy? There's a lot here. If you're ready to take on your evolutionary edge and grow with the times instead of resisting and clinging to the old ways. There are timelines, and timelines bifurcate, they separate at certain moments. We are in a collective bifurcation of timelines. Which side of that do you want to be on? You got to show up for it. And that's all I feel I need to say about this transit. So thank you for watching. My name is Dylan Earth. You are on my channel, so it would be great if you liked and subscribed. And stay tuned for more transit reports. Coming up next, I'll be talking about this Mercury retrograde, which will go direct. Well, it's an oxymoron. This Mercury retrograde, which will go into effect on January 30th. And that's going to be a 3-week period in which we can rework, re-innovate, review, reconnect, recover, rebirth. We can get the new ideas we need because our minds are going to be off their normal functioning momentum, so new things can come in. So this moon is kind of setting us up to see, okay, one story has ended, now we need inspiration for the new story. And then a couple of days later, Mercury retrograde comes, spins things in a new light and a new vibration so that we can get some new inspiration, some new ideas for what's coming next, and really show up as our masterful Aquarian selves, as the visionaries of a never before seen future that isn't re-experiencing the problems of the past. So sending you lots of love and energy and luck and distinction in this full moon event. I hope that the remembrances and the gifts that find you are satisfying. And I really feel like this is kind of the on your mark. That's the vibe that I'm getting for this for the whole year ahead. We're really getting on our mark. And the next month of February, before we go into spring equinox in March, is where we're going to be dreaming up the next dream. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again soon. Peace.